It was probably January that he started noticing his thinking processes weren't what they once were. But when we went to the doctor said, well, you're not 18 anymore. And so it went undiagnosed until April 25th of 2008 that Paul had Alzheimer's. And, but the doctors said, you're very fortunate because there will be a cure in the next couple of years. So we were very hopeful, and we did the medications. But you asked what we were going through in the last few years. We kept hoping that there would be this cure. Well, when life groups started, we started. There was the Spiritual Gifts series, and at that time, Paul's disease had, he began to have limited mobility, and transferring became an issue. And when Barb and Mark left, I thought that maybe we can have it at our home. And that's when folks started coming to our house. And transferring had already become an issue. I was taking care of him until he could no longer be transferred by me. And so that's when we started having caregivers, and when he came home, he was in a hospital bed. The group continued to want to come to Bible study, but then as the disease progressed, then there were some other changes, and at that time I thought perhaps we needed to rethink people coming because they may feel uncomfortable. And again, Paul was bedridden, and also there was some other changes. But they all talked among themselves, and they felt no. If it was okay with us, they still wanted to continue coming to be with us. It showed them also specifically how to pray for us. And what was so, what touched me so much and what was so amazing to me is to see how much they seemingly cared about us and for us, and I just, again, I was just so touched by that. And they understood the situation, and they cared. And other things happening besides the Bible study within this group, the other things that they helped us with too. When Paul, of course, could no longer drive any longer, and we still had the fifth wheel, Ken and Jill Safranek. Ken towed our fifth wheel. I rode in their car with Jill, and they got us all set up at Tahoe, and 6 weeks later Ken came back for us, and the airport trips, and the taking to the airport or picking us up in San Diego, and it's just amazing. This isn't your family, but it is your family. Again, words can't describe the wonderful feeling inside that somebody cares so much for you and about you, like our Father's unconditional love for his children, like a parent's unconditional love for their children. It was like we can't hear anything or see anything that wants to keep us away from you, that we want to be with you and for you. We want to be with you and for you and help you. It was beautiful. It was incredible. And it's wonderful. And I feel the same way for them as well. I mean, that we're family.